Hey y'all, it is Crafty Hope here, and I am working on another 3 of the Southern Gals 5-minute cards. This was a challenge from Tiffany of Southern Gals Designs to do 5 minutes of art. Just no rules or whatever. It was in August that she did this, but I am sure she would not mind if you kept on doing the challenge. So I am working on some Uno cards that I covered with different pieces of paper. I had a huge stack of Uno cards I got at the thrift store. I actually was buying the 10, but the Uno cards came with, and so I decided to use them in Smart. So, for these, of course, I've set the timer for 5 minutes. I've picked out a couple things for each of them, and I am just trying to alter them. Now, I'll go ahead and admit that all 3 of these, which are cards 22, 24, and 26, I I went over the 5 minutes. So yeah. The goal is really just to at least start for 5 minutes to just squeeze it in every day, and I did that. So, but I went over. So this card had a little bit of book page on there with some sloppy paint on it. I had a little collage with my Uhu glue stick and just some other book paper, and then some Tim Holtz tissue tape. Now I'm adding on a little bit of, what is that? The Americana paint, just the acrylic craft paint in, hold on, I've got it here, Sea Breeze. And then I have got this is the Artist Loft from Michael's Paint. It's their fluid acrylic, and it's oh, it's that PH word, Phthalo blue. Yeah, I probably didn't say that right. And so I'm just got those 2 colors on there, which are beautiful, and they kind of, it's funny because I already had a really pretty blue in the background there, and I think I completely covered it up, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going with the flow. So I messed around with those 2 colors, and then I'm drying them real quick before I go on to my next step. And I had a little piece of lace and some coffee dyed fabric and a rusty safety pin there. These are all things that I had altered. Now this is a printed piece of fabric that I coffee dyed, and I hate the print side, but the back side of it is just plain, and so it's kind of gorgeous that way. So I the coffee dye really took on that back side. So I'm just stacking these there and pinning together with that rusty safety pin. And then I'm going to pull out my Liquitex gel medium. You can see the print there on that side. It's just kind of an ugly brown, even before the coffee dye. And there's where my timer went off. So I am keeping at it. There's not much more of this one. So once I get it kind of all glued down with my gel medium just the way I want it, I'm going to go look for a phrase, and I'm going to pull out, oh no, first I decided I was going to incorporate some more rust into this card with a distress crayon and rusty hinge. So I added a couple little dots, and then I'm going to wet those just a little bit. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to bring that rust in somewhere else in the card. I took a minute to flip through my small talk stickers from Tim Holtz and found one that said, "Never doubt your instinct." And I'm going to cut that down so it fits on the card a little bit better. And I'll dish it in a couple spots trying to figure out how I want it. And once I get those down, I'm going to go ahead and pull out that rusty hinge distress crayon again and make a couple more dots on the other side of the card just to carry that through. And I'll wet that also, and I think that's going to be it for this one. It was super, like I said, I went over just by a minute or two just to kind of get everything glued down and get my sentiment on there. So that's it for this card. Like I said, that was card 22. The next one is card 24. And for it, I just had some newsprint. And if you've seen some of my other 5-minute cards here, I don't like the newsprint because you can see the word Uno through the newsprint. So I'm going to collage some other things on it just to, yeah, to cover that up. So for these, I was going to tell you something, and I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. Okay. If I think of it, I'll mention it. So I'm going to, I've got, what is that, some music paper, and then some kind of book paper or newspaper, I'm not sure. And then I've got some of that drywall joint tape that, it's kind of like a sticker that peels off the back, and it's got these fun holes in it that give so much texture. And so I'm going to just stick those things down, and then I've got a couple colors paint off to the side, and I think I've got 3 there, and I only used 2 of them, and I'm not sure what one of them. One of them may be gesso. Anyway, this first one is a Daler-Rowney System 3 acrylic in cadmium red hue, and then the other one is a yellow, and it is Deco Arts Americana Premium. That's oh, and it's a word I don't even know. I've never seen this word before. Diary light yellow. So yeah, there's another word I can't say. It's just not something that's in my vocabulary very often. So, and I've never heard anybody say that word. So, just like that other blue, I don't, it's fancy blue. So, yes, fancy. So I put those 2 colors. I really like combining like a red and a yellow like that and get that fiery orange there in the middle. It's, I don't know. There's something just campfire and awesome about that. So I got those on there. That's kind of thick, so I went ahead and grabbed a bamboo skewer and just kind of ran it through the thicker areas to give that some texture. You can kind of see it, the picture I've got at the end, but it's not like something that stands out. So here are some, I think those are some Tim Holtz stamps, and I'm just real quick, got some black ink, and then some, I don't know, dye ink and Raven from Ranger, I believe. I don't know, something I got from Tuesday morning. And those stars, I don't know, they just stood out to me, so I'm going to throw those on there real quick and just kind of get them everywhere. And that paint is still kind of wet, so I struggle with it. And once I get those, I think my time has already run up at this point. No, it's still going. So I'm still trying to get some of that paint spread out, and I know I needed a phrase, so I've got these words that I created, not created, they're not words I made up. I typed up a bunch of phrases that meant something to me, and I'll put a PD, I've got a Google Drive of these if you want to print them out, but I picked out one that said stay positive, and I'm gluing that down with my Oohoo glue stick, and I'm going to go around it with my Stabilo all pencil in black. And then, as is my style, I am going to wet around that Stabilo just to kind of, I don't know, I love how it bleeds. I don't know that that's the right word. Yeah, just so it blends kind of into everything. So I'm going to get that on there, and I'm still rushing. My time's already up, but I'm still like, I don't want to make this too long. Hurry up. But it's amazing, y'all, what you can do in 5 minutes, or, just over 5 minutes, since I definitely went over. And like I said, I like to pull out what I think I'll use, and so, yeah, that worked for me. And so here I decided to add just a little bit to kind of get more of that red and more of that yellow on there, and so it's not all orange. And yeah, there I shook my hands. I was like, be done. You're done. So that's that card. That was 24, and here's 26. Now this one already had some kind of, I don't know, book paper or newsprint or something on it, and not new, yeah. Newspaper? Yeah, that's what I meant. So what that is there that I'm shaking on it is a Nouveau shimmer powder and meteorite shower. So I got that on there. This is like a watercolor crystal type thing, and I'm gonna spray it with some water, and the magic will happen, y'all. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I like this one because it's got a bunch of different hues, and it's got like purples and blues in it, which are my favorite colors. So I got that wet, and I'm trying to move that around, and then I'm going to dry it because I can't do much with it when it's wet like that. So y'all get to watch it get dry because that's within my 5 minutes. I'll cut out some stuff here later. Or did I cut it out? I don't know. There's a point here where I cut out the drying because I went over. And then that is the Deco Art Media White Gesso. I will link some of the supplies that I have used, or as many as I can, below, or at least list them. This one I can't because I have not been able to find it. I'll look again to see if Amazon has it again, but I don't know if Deco Arts has discontinued this or something, because it's been hard to find it. So, but gesso in any case will work, and I'm just using a little palette knife to kind of get that really organic, I don't know, but it needed lifting. All that dark from that shimmer powder kind of drug everything down, so I used the gesso to kind of lift it back up. And then from here I start my search for a focal. And I looked at some yearbook pages and some Tim Holtz paper dolls. And then what I end up pulling out is some paper that I had some different stamps on. And this one has like a raven or a crow on it. I guess it's a raven of some kind. I don't know. And I'm just pulling that bird out. We'll just call him my bird. Um, and pull out. And then I'm going to tear around it a little bit to get it a fussy cut, but like a torn fussy cut, so that it's a little more compact. I didn't want all that spread on it. So, and I'm just going to use my Oohoo glue stick to glue it down. Apparently I got something on the back of it. And from there, I think I'm going to go ahead and get, yeah, my Stabilo all pencil to go around it. I'm a little, I don't know, predictable that way. I love that all pencil. So once I get that around that, I think my timer went off there, but I'm going to go ahead and dry this since my timer went off. It doesn't count anymore. And I'm going to come back in with this Acrylics. It's like a crayon, like a 3-in-1 crayon, in this pretty pink. I just needed a pop of pretty in there, something that wasn't so dark. So I decided on pink, and so I did just some little dashes on it, and then I need a word, and I'm going to pull out my small talk stickers once again, and I find the words, be brave. And I'm going to throw that on there, and that's going to kind of be it for this page, y'all. So I'm going to give you some pictures of this at the end. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and keep on crafting on, y'all. Bye.